Holy Quran tells us that Allah the Exalted will continue to send His messengers. Allahu yastafi min al-malaikati rusulam wa min al-nas inna Allah samiyun basir. Surah Al-Hajj verse 76. Allah chooses and will continue to choose His messengers from among angels and from among men. Surely Allah is all-hearing, all-seeing. This is Sunnat Allah, the way of Allah. And the Holy Quran says, thou will never find a change in the way of Allah. Al-Ahzab, chapter 33, verse 63. Lan tajida li sunnatillahi tabdila. Therefore, when mankind begins to suffer from spiritual decline and need a spiritual reformer, one must be sent by God. Unfortunately, the majority of the people denies and refutes the divine messenger. As the Holy Quran says, Ya hasrata ala al-ibade ma yatihim min rasulin illa kanu bihi yastahzi'un. Yasin, chapter 36, verse 31. Alas for my servants, there comes not a messenger to them, but they mock at him. The promised Messiah ﷺ writes in a leaflet titled Green Poster, it is highly unfortunate that man should readily yield to suspicion and presuppose that all those who claim to be from God are cheats and frauds and seek to serve their own interests. In time, such beliefs make people harbor doubts about sainthood, and once they have rejected sainthood, they begin to have reservations about the status of prophethood. And when that too has been rejected, they start doubting the existence of God and think that perhaps the whole concept is a baseless fabrication and a superstition that has gradually found its way into people's mind. Hazrat Masih Maud Islam says, he continues, O you who love truth with your heart and soul, and you who hunger and thirst for it, do understand that belief in sainthood and its essentials is indispensable for passing through this chaotic world and one's faith intact. Sainthood helps to safeguard belief in prophethood, and belief in prophethood safeguards belief in God. Saints are like bolts that reinforce prophethood, and prophets are like nails that strengthen belief in the existence of God. Whoever fails to recognize a saint will also not succeed in recognizing a prophet, and he who do not recognize a prophet shall certainly fail to recognize God and is bound to be led astray. No amount of rational arguments and conventional knowledge will be of any avail to such a person. Remarkably, according to the design and practice of Allah Almighty, this divine chain of religions and divine reformers still continues. When we study the writings and dialogues of the promised Messiah ﷺ, we realize that he, like Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, had prophesied about spiritual ruin and decay of his followers. According to the Arabic text in his book Anjam-e Atham, pages 223 to 224, Hazur ﷺ writes, Allah the Almighty has revealed to me that in the forthcoming my house once again will turn towards disorder. You can see history repeats itself. As Masih Maud Islam says, they will improve in wickedness and hostility. Hence the Lord of people will deliver his verdict, and he will implement it. Nobody will dare prevent this to happen. And I can see that they have turned back to their previous conducts, and their hearts have toughened, similar to those of ignorant people. They have disremembered the God-fearing days and have increased in falsehood and violation. Then Allah will send a warner once he has seen that they have improved in exaggeration and embellishment, and Allah never sends his punishment to God-fearing people.